Hey guys, it's Brando here. Hey, there's been a lot of Infinite Warfare Zombies leaks going around. There's been some forum posts, and I don't know if they're true or not, if they're real or not. We'll find out. Of course, we'll find out next month. They're in August. We should find out more details about zombies and Infinite Warfare. But there's some posts on Seven Sins on a forum that we have, and I quote, this guy talks about Infinite Warfare Zombies and how he was invited out to play with him. So his quote is, "Hello all. Recently, I was lucky enough to be invited out to Infinity Ward for a private press briefing on Infinite Warfare and content yet to be announced about the game. Once at the studio, we were given a tour and then brought into a private briefing room. We got to look at a single-player campaign mission that takes place in Geneva during the SDV invasion. While I was impressed with the mission, what really stole the show was the zombies mode. Of course it did." After they showed us the mission from the campaign, they switched gears and started talking about the brand new Zombies mode. The devs didn't talk much about the plot to the Zombies mode, but they did show us some gameplay. The map that we're shown takes place at a frozen shipyard in the Soviet Union. It looked a lot like the map subbase from NW2. During the 5-minute gameplay, I was able to pick out several parts of the map where in the background you could see the map subbase from NW2. As for characters, the devs said they wanted to blow fans away and provide a new authentic Zombies experience, while paying homage to longtime fans of the series. The characters were Captain McMillan, Captain Price, Soap, and Gaz. The whole gameplay was boots on the ground, and the zombies were Soviet soldiers. The gameplay itself was very similar to that of zombies of the Black Ops 3. Notable differences were that instead of all weapons, there was, say, a shelf with a gun on it. The player could then purchase that gun with points. Guns could be found at several locations around the map. Dead soldiers, crates, and shelves are just some of the locations where you can purchase these items. Perks also worked a little different. For instance, Juggernaut is now called Body Armor. Of course, we'll see if this is real or not when the game comes out, or if we ever get a Zombies trailer. He also goes on to say that Body Armor can be purchased within a section of map that houses the uniforms for the soldiers on the base. Double Tap is now called Rapid Fire and can be purchased from a crate housing weapon attachment. Another crate in a different location houses Fast Mags, which is a variant of Speed Cola. Finally, Med Pack can be found in a hospital section of the map and is a variant of Quick Revive from Black Ops 3. He also goes on to say the game itself looked pretty similar to Zombies from Black Ops 3, but with a more realistic take on Zombies Apocalypse, think DayZ. Also, all while retaining the fun arcade style of play that fans of Zombies have come to love. Now, when he says arcade style, does that mean like the arcade zombies that we can play on Black Ops 3? Like, would that be fun? Would actually playing Dead Ops Arcade 2 actually be fun? I don't think it would be. I hope they stick to the regular style of zombies. There's also another post in the forums. He talks about how he played Infinite Warfare Zombies, and here I quote again. "The Infinite Warfare Zombies mode is an absolute blast," he says. "I was able to test it out, and I think the game will surprise many fans of the genre. The Infinite Warfare Zombies team has spent the last 2 years analyzing the pros and cons of the last two Zombies installments, Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3. The Zombies mode comes with 2 maps on disc and will feature a full-length map for the hardcore players and a smaller map similar to the Giant for the more casual players. The larger map takes place in the 80s Soviet Union. The map was snowy, but I didn't get to test the map out. The smaller map that I tested is basically a remastered version of the Toten from Black Ops. It's basically a clear-cut copy of Kino except the 80s version and has a few more playable areas. Perks basically work the same except they are called boosts." See, now this is different from what that last guy said. Instead of drinking them, the player purchases them and then puts their hand on the machine that transfers the power from it. The actual gameplay is very similar to Treyarch Zombies as there is Round of Zombies and they basically move the same exact way. He also goes on to say that weapon variety is amazing as it features weapons from the 50s all the way up to laser rifles of the 22nd century. In the Theater of Death, he calls it, there are 4 wonder weapons. Each can be upgraded 4 different ways, very similar to the staffs and bows of Rise and Drac and Origins. The 4 elemental upgrades are as follows: Dark Magic, Light, Fire, and Water. Wow, that could be real or fake. I don't know. That was pretty basic, I think. You would think that Zombies mode would go in more detail or create a better name for that, but whatever. He also goes on to say the wonder weapons can be acquired from finding parts for the 4 different film reels around the map. you can catapult up to the top of the theater, and that is where you can put the reels in to play the movie. The screen will then show a film and a character using the wonder weapon to ward off zombies. Then the weapon will disappear from the character's hands, and the screen will show the character being overrun by zombies. The theater will then appear in the room. No, he didn't say the theater, he says the wonder weapon. Okay. This can be done 4 times to get the 4 different wonder weapons. The weapons are King Arthur's sword, a plasma minigun with 3 separate spinning barrels and a flamethrower attachment, a fully automatic crossbow. He goes on to say to think about Van Helsing's crossbow combined with Chewbacca's. And the 4th wonder weapon is a robotic arm. The zombies crew could rival the main crew from the Black Ops 3 zombies. He says the developers wanted to make the characters that were recognizable to fans to make the zombies mode more popular, and they couldn't have picked a better 4. He says the characters were Price, Maktovich, Ghost, and Makovarov are the 4-player characters from that video game. And although they have some silly moments, are more serious than the characters from Treyarch's take. Makovarov seems to be the Richtofen of the group, and he is very suspicious and may have his own agenda. The story is basically that the 4 characters will have to go through multiple movie universes and fix them. Now that is congruent with the little teaser that they showed of zombies earlier, the little picture that had the film reel on it. So this might have some truth to it, we'll see. Or he's just a really good liar. He goes on to say the universes of some movies have bled into the real universe and is causing quite a few problems. There's a way to upgrade the weapons similar to Exo Zombies and BO3 Zombies. There's a window with a slit in it, paying 3,000 points, and you'll see hands come out through the slit and take your weapons. Oh, that's kind of like Advanced Warfare. You'll then hear a bunch of construction noises, and then he will give you back your new upgraded weapon, and the man will say, "Pleasure doing business with you." Every weapon can be upgraded 3 times, he says. One of the new features in the game mode are challenge rounds. Every 3 to 5 rounds, a challenge will appear on screen, and completing the challenge will earn the player a skill point. Skill points can be used to upgrade perks. He calls them boosts. Boosts have 3 tiers, and once unlocking the final tier, the player will permanently have the perk, even if they go down or bleed out. Now, that's a cool feature. That makes it Zombies mode even more replayable. He also says, I will just say that this map I tested for about 50 to 55 hours, and I was having fun the whole time. The weapon variety is great, the Easter eggs are fun, and this new story is interesting. Don't be worried about Infinite Warfare Zombies. Infinite Ward has got this. That's the end of his quote. This all sounds good and dandy, but, we'll never be able to confirm this until next month. So once we see a trailer and more details about it, we'll see if these guys were real or not, or just imposters just making up stuff. So, all right, guys. If you guys liked the video, please give it a like and subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you later.